intuition. Intuition has many names. Many people call it inner vision, inner knowing. Some people are actually more adept at it and, offering professional services or ways of like doing readings for people. There's a lot of different skill levels to intuition. And sometimes we tend to think that intuition is just for special people. So what we're going to cover tonight is actually intuition is your birthright. It is your own ability to tune into higher messages, that inner knowing. Some people call it that gut instinct or gut response. And it's not just for special people. It can actually be trained. And so that's what we're looking at tonight, some tools to help you recognize it, notice it, and start clarifying your own intuition messages. Sometimes intuition seems totally dialed in and comes through very clearly. And then other times we tend to struggle with it. Different things, if we're stressed, we might not be as aware or perceptive. Things in life can kind of create some interference with our ability to tap in and recognize our own messages as well. So intuition is really, I think, one of the most powerful, useful tools that if we can utilize it and utilize it in a practical way, that it can work with it on a day-to-day basis. And that's what I'm going to challenge you guys to do in your own life, making time for it, to notice it. That helps to improve how our perception of it and awareness of it. So wherever you are with intuition, whether you're new to intuition or whether you've been working with it and tuning in for a while, there are, whatever level you're at, there are certain tools and skills that you can learn to help boost it, to clarify it, and to get it to be working more reliably for you. Intuition, along the way, I've been working with intuition, really, I would say my whole life. And along the way, I've had some amazing teachers and mentors, and I'm going to share some of those tools with you. And it kind of, where we are with intuition, a lot of it can depend on what environment we grew up with. If your parents were open to it or friendly with intuition, maybe they even encouraged your intuition awareness. But some families kind of didn't have a format for that, or some cultures or religions even kind of told us to cover it up or to not pay attention to it. So in my family growing up, I kind of had both experiences. My mom was pretty open and she was kind of following her path and her purpose. My dad was a research biochemist, and he's like, just give me the facts, show me the research. So some of the research, I do love research, and thankfully there's more research coming to light about intuition and our own natural abilities. But one of the, I wouldn't call it an argument, one of the debates that I have with my brother is he's like, science, you can only pay attention to science. And my argument is the human experience is way beyond what science is able to explain. Science can only come along behind it and explain human phenomena. And when it has a good explanation, then we can put it into science. But our intuitive abilities, our ability to connect, to perceive, to things beyond ourselves and even higher wisdom, is that leading edge of human experience. And so it's going to take a while for science to catch up with those of us who really recognize and utilize intuition. However, some of the science tools can be very useful in clarifying that intuition process for you. So there's a lot of ways that I've used intuition, whether you're looking to improve areas of life. I've used it to find jobs. I've used it to find my career path. That also borders into like manifesting, and we can talk about that more in the series. I'll share that at the end. This is the first class of the 4 series. This class is standalone, so you're not required to continue, but I'll share more about that at the end. So whether you're looking for finding job or finding your career path, being on track with your purpose, connecting with a relationship, or even improving your health. I actually used intuition skills to help me decode an autoimmune condition. And by working with my body and NLP hypnosis skills, I was able to not only get symptom-free, medication-free, but actually reverse that condition. So there's a lot that we can do. Our realm of possibilities might even be much bigger than what we've been told. The doctors at the time told me that there was something that I would never, get over. They didn't know what caused it. They didn't know how to cure it. And their only solution was, here, take a pill. So, however, paying attention to our own inner connection, we have available to us new possibilities, even things that, very learned aspects may not have a format or a foundation for. So there's a lot of benefits in listening to that inner voice or that inner guidance. And when also in that, along with that way, sometimes people think that intuition can't help you with money, but it certainly can. It can help you with understanding, will this investment pay off? Is this a good partnership or a good connection for me? Will my marketing as a business owner, you might look at, does my marketing, will it give me a return on my investment? So there's so many different ways to utilize it. And the more that we use it, the more we're actually building it up as a muscle. There's no thing that's too small for clarifying or using your intuition with. So whether we grew up in a home that was intuition friendly and maybe we had fostering of intuition, or if we got in the habit of covering things up and not paying attention to that inner knowing, that gut instinct, our intuition can dwindle over time. Think of it like a habit. If we're not paying attention to that voice, we're getting in a habit of covering it up. Children are actually very connected to their intuition. When we go through the meditation class, I have an online class about meditation skills. And we talk about brainwave states, that when our kind of in a regular day-to-day mind, we're in busy mind, busy brainwave. And that brainwave is called beta. And it's kind of erratic. It's like your brain is doing a lot of activity across the different hemispheres, but it's not really synchronized. It's kind of random. And then when we start to slow the mind down into meditative states, then the brainwave starts to slow down and it becomes more synchronized across the brainwave hemispheres. And this takes us into an alpha brainwave state. Alpha brainwave state, that is where our intuition just can skyrocket, that we start opening our perception, not only to our inner world, but also to messages that are for us or that can help us move in the right directions. And then as the brainwave starts to synchronize even more, that brainwave pattern slows down even more, we get into a theta brainwave state. And a theta brainwave state is where energy workers, healers, people who are bringing in higher messages or wisdom, that's really the phenomena that is happening at that deeper, slower brainwave state. So it's less mental activity and more synchronized, more flow of electrical impulses are synchronized between the brainwave patterns. So children from about 2 to 6 years, they're naturally in a theta brainwave state. And they're a lot more open, they're a lot more sensitive, and they don't have some of the judgment or criticism that we might have developed as adults. So if you have children in your home or in your life, they can be fun ones to work with and kind of, see how intuitive they are, or help them have some intuitive exercises as well to pay attention and to hone those as well. So keep in mind that as we get older, we kind of learn that busy mind pathway, that busy brain. And the more that we can use meditation to help kind of quiet or calm that. We can even use times of stress relief or flow states, things that help us relax our busy mind can also help us be more perceptive and more aware. So wherever you are, there's always room for improvement with intuition.